Somewhere private? He's here.
What's all this?
Dale Smith.
Yeah, that's right.
No!
Get out of here!
What's up? Over there, please help!
No problem, no worries.
Robbie, you need to phone an ambulance. Phil's hurt bad.
You all right, mate? Yeah.
You need to phone the police as well.
I am the police, mate. I haven't got a clue. This Russian bird, she's chatting me up and suggests we come outside for a breath of fresh air. And the next thing I know, 3 blokes dumped me. But before you ask, the bird's done a runner. I've never seen her before and I doubt I'll see her again.
You're right, Smithy. The medic's checked you out yet?
Yeah, I'm just gonna blag a lip the casualty. We're all done for now.
Yeah, you're fine.
Roz, you know you told Pete that Smithy got all shirty about some bloke who asked who he was in the club?
Yeah, I just said that somebody asked if he was Dale Smith. I thought it might have a bearing.
Well, someone came into the front office today when I was working. They said they were a mate of Smithy's and asked what time he got off.
Do you reckon he's been targeted?
Could be. He's a bit of a dark horse, isn't he?
The lad's in hospital with a fractured skull.
What about Smith?
Just had the wind knocked out of him, apparently.
But uniform think it was more than just a random attack.
Looks like they might have been after him specifically, yeah.
Do you think Smith could be involved in anything shady?
Can't say.
I'm not sure about him, especially after the attack on Gary McCann. Look, I want you to stick to it, find out the real picture. Meanwhile, I'll have a chat with Smith, okay?
Okay.
So, what was this brawl about, Dale?
It wasn't a brawl. I was attacked.
Someone asks for you in the station, then someone asks for you by name in the club. What's that about?
I've no idea.
You do realise you represent the Met 24 hours a day, don't you?
I was set up, as evidenced by that Russian girl who disappeared.
And you've no idea why?
No.
I've been looking at your annual appraisal. Doesn't make good reading.
I was attacked. It happens to members of the public every day. And as for my appraisal, you weren't even here when most of that went down, so you don't even know the real facts. You've just decided to get on my case.
You're out of order, PC.
You started it, sir. Now, I know that there's some people in this station that you don't like. Some old faces that don't fit in with your new regime.
Such as?
DCI Meadows, for a start.
Really? Let's start talking a common language, shall we? Because I don't want there to be any misunderstandings. I've got my eye on you, PC Smith. You so much as step out of line, I'll be all over you. Oh, and if you're looking for a way out, forget it. Because I won't support any application for a transfer. You understand? And D.I. Cullen's going to be investigating your assault.
A DI? On a minor assault? Why can't I do it? I'm the one that got attacked.
Because I want rank on it. Constable.
All right, Smithy, so Chandler isn't exactly your flavour of the month at the moment. What do you want me to do about it? Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah.
You called the police.
They tried to kick my door in.
Who did?
Some kids.
Did you see them?
No.
Well, how do you know it was kids then, sir?
It's always kids.
You live here, yeah?
Yeah, next door.
I can't see any damage.
They were still kicking it. They were intimidating me. But they'd run off by the time I got to the door.
Should we pop inside? Maybe I can take down a few details, sir.
Right.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes, love.
I'm worried about my neighbour. I called the police last night, but Sonia wouldn't make a complaint.
What?
The police went away saying there was nothing they could do, and now she's gone.
All right, love, calm down. Who's gone?
Sonia. After the police went, they started fighting again, but then it went all quiet. Well, I went round this morning to see if she was all right, but she's not there. I'm terrified something's happened to her. David's a violent man.
Well, there's not a lot we can do if we haven't had a complaint made.
But something may have happened to her.
We'll look into it, Mrs.
Benson.
Right, Benson. We'll just finish what we're doing here and we'll pop along. What number is it?
17.
OK.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
You're keen.
Smile. Mr. Kennedy. Sorry, after you.
I don't know where she is. She went out last night, she's not come back. Spent half her time at that Celsius nightclub anyway, that tart. Any luck she's gone back to Russia.
Russia?
Yeah, she's Russian. Kiev, she says.
Have you got a photograph of Sonia, Mr. Fisher?
What is it to you?
Well, I was wondering if you...
Look, I've done nothing wrong, all right? You lot were round here last night making a nuisance of yourselves. If you don't stop harassing me, I'm going to complain. Sonia's gone and I don't care, but my life is none of your business, all right?
What was all that business about a photo, then?
That Natasha last night said she was from Kiev. So how many Russian birds from Kiev are going to be at the Celsius nightclub last night?
Yeah, but this one's called Sonia.
But if you're going to set somebody up for an assault, you're hardly going to use your real name here.
The country's awash with Euro kids these days. What's one Russian girl, give or take?
Well, Mrs. Benson's description of Sonia tallies with Natasha's. With respect, Gov, Russia ain't Europe.
Correction, Russia is in Europe. It's just not part of the EU.
Yeah, well, how many Russian birds would have been at the Celsius nightclub last night?
Well, maybe this Sonia's a friend of Natasha's.
Well, then she'll know where Natasha is.
Except Sonia's missing.
I think they might be the same person.
This better not be a waste of time.
I just want it noted that I'm cooperating with the police. I know nothing about any assault, and if Sonia's involved, it's nothing to do with me.
It's not her. Has Sonia got any Russian friends called Natasha? Like a sister or a cousin, perhaps?
I don't know. She never told me anything. I think I offered to marry her, eh?
They must have been together in the club. And you don't know where Sonia's gone?
No, and I don't care. Maybe she's gone for good.
This visa expired a year ago.
Well, good. If you can find her, you can send her back to Russia then, can't you?
We're not looking for her. Not unless someone wants to report her missing.
I don't care.
She's kind of gone far without a passport, though.
Well, she'll have to come back for it then, won't she?
I think he's lying. I think something's happened to Sonia.
Yeah, and you thought Sonia was Natasha. Let's not waste any more of our time here, shall we?
Well, don't you think it's a bit odd, Gov, going away without your passport?
Well, like you said, she might come back for it. Anyway, there's nothing more we can do here. I'm supposed to be investigating an assault.
What's that Merc doing? You're going into Fisher's.
Get us out of here, Nick, before he starts spouting conspiracy theories.
You just don't have a go at me because you're having a bad day, all right?
So why has Chandler put the DI on my assault?
It's not just your assault. Somebody had their skull fractured, remember?
It's because he thinks I'm mixed up in something. I mean, I don't know why I was assaulted.
They knew you, Smithy. They asked for you by name.
85 from Sierra Oscar.
Go ahead.
19 Gretton Street, a possible assault. Informant of Frank Kennedy. Can you do?
On way. That's Fisher's place. I told you that Merc was significant.
You're getting clairvoyant in your old age, mate.
Mr. Kennedy, what happened?
He wasn't answering, but his dog was howling. I knew he was in, because after you visited him...
What, you were watching?
For sure. I'm waiting for those kids who kicked my door in to come back. After you saw, these men in a black car went in.
Did you see him leave? 20
minutes later. Then Dave doesn't answer the door, so I look through the letterbox. Saw his legs protruding from the living room. A couple of the neighbours had to kick the door in.
So you're right about the Merc. Don't suppose you got the index?
Well, I would have done if you or the DI had been listening to me.
I got the registration number of the black car if you're interested. Well, you've got to do what you can, haven't you? State this country's in. You done anything about the kids who kicked my door yet?
85 from Sierra Oscar.
Go ahead, Di.
Read your PNC check. The last registered keeper is shown as John Shaw, 47 Violet Drive, NW3. No reports.
That's Hampstead.
Received.
There's more, Smithy. He's flagged.
Who by?
West End clubs.
Received, Di. I knew it.
Knew what?
This assault and mine are linked.
How'd you figure that out? Because they both involve Russian women?
Yeah, well, that'll do for a start. Let's go and see what David Fisher has to say for himself.
I'll be back later. Nick!
Sir.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
This is Inspector Gilpin from West End Clubs.
Okay.
He's going to be briefing us about John Shaw. So could you grab PC Smith and go up to DI Cullen's office as soon as possible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're Nick. I'm PC Smith. And that's what I call favouritism.
We've been watching John Shaw for some time. He's part owner of an escort agency, which is a front for organised prostitution. But what's more, the girls are supplied by a bogus language school that recruits young women from Eastern Europe.
That adds up. Natasha told me she went to a language school.
How do you mean bogus, Ian?
Well, they advertise abroad as a language school that offers jobs and residency once the course is completed. Of course, when the girls get here, all sorts of hidden clauses arise in the letter of contract.
So the girls get stuck here and can't afford to go home?
Yeah, usual story. The school points them towards the escort agency.
One thing leads to another, their visas expire and they lay low for a while.
What did Fisher have to say about the assault when you spoke to him?
Nothing. He clammed up.
Now, what we need is some of the girls to provide evidence against them. Now, if this Fisher was assaulted by Shaw, and Fisher was living with a Russian girl...
Sonia?
...who's gone missing, then there's a possibility that Sonia's connected with Shaw, maybe working for him. And you reckon there's a connection between Natasha and Sonia?
Without a doubt.
So maybe Natasha's also working for Shaw. Now, given that Natasha's wanted for conspiracy to assault, if we find her, we've got some leverage.
Get her to testify against Shaw in return for not charging her, you mean?
Well, you know, we played by the book, but yeah, we can hint that it's a possibility. And if her visa's expired as well...
Then that's a bonus.
Right, Nick, I want you to work with Inspector Gilpin on this one.
Sir?
What about me?
Normal duties.
I'm the one that got assaulted. Why can't I work on it?
Alex, will you take the inspector downstairs, get him a cuppa, and then him and Nick can shoot off?
Sir. What's going on?
I don't want you going anywhere near Natasha.
Why?
Because I'm not satisfied with your explanation with the assault.
I don't know why I was assaulted.
So you say. But if you are holding something back, then Natasha will know what it is. And I don't want you putting her off.
What's up?
Mr. Chandler, Sarge, that's what's up.
Yeah. Come in here.
Well, tell me about it. He's got it in for me. He doesn't believe I don't know why I was assaulted the other night. It's like he's looking for rope to hang me with. I can't take much more of this, Sarge. I need to find a way out of here.
If you feel like that, have you thought about SO19? With your weapons training, you'd be a good candidate.
Well, Chandler, sorry, Mr. Chandler, has said he won't support any transfer applications. It doesn't make sense to me, Sarge, unless he wants me out of the Met. And why's he got the DI investigating such a minor assault?
Someone's got a fractured skull.
That's not the point, Sarge. He's got the DI investigating me, and if they can't find any dirt, they'll make some up.
Yeah. You should think about SO19.
Yeah, well, if I do, I know I'd like to shoot first.
Must be virtually impossible to prove a language school's bogus, Gov.
Well, quite. Unless you've got some students as witnesses.
And they won't testify, will they?
That's not their interest, is it, eh? See, as a student, you're legally allowed to work a number of hours a week. So you register with a school and get what work you can, even if it's badly paid. Obviously, in the case of young girls like Natasha, escort work is more lucrative. Hey, this school has over 150 students, but I bet you there's no one in the classroom. And don't forget, I'm from immigration, all right? Don't want to spook them out just yet, do we?
Right, go.
Why don't immigration tell you they're coming? There's nothing amiss, I hope.
No, just routine inquiries, Mrs. Evans.
Spot check, is it?
No, like I say, just routine, you know.
So why have you got a policeman with you?
Yeah, that's routine as well.
Not many students here.
Not all the students come in every day and they don't all attend the same class.
But the classroom can't hold that many, can it?
It suffices.
Still, you must have a fair few to sustain the school.
They pay their fees. It's their loss if they don't turn up. Most of them have to work, you see, which is perfectly legal.
Oh, I know.
No. Who was it you were inquiring after?
Sonia Ivanova.
Ah, yes. I remember Sonia from Kiev. She left the school a year ago. Her visa must have expired. Unless she's had it extended. Is that what you want to see about?
I'm afraid that's confidential.
Of course. How undiplomatic of me.
We're also interested in a girl called Natasha who might be at your school. But she looks like Sonia. It's possible that they're friends.
They look alike, Constable, because they are alike. They're sisters. Natasha came here 6 months ago.
Do you know all your students so well?
Some of the girls treat me as a second mother. In loco parentis, that sort of thing.
I'm sure.
Is she here today?
No, I don't believe she is. Wednesday afternoons are slow here. We've never quite worked out why. Would you like a copy?
That's Natasha. If they haven't heard of her at this address, then it stands to reason she doesn't want to be found. Never mind, Nick.
We have found her.
Oh, yeah?
Because it also stands to reason that if Sonia was working for sure, Natasha might be as well, seeing as that they are sisters. Inspector Gilpin got me to phone the escort agency as a punter asking for her by name. You know, as recommended by a good friend.
I'm thrilled for you.
We've got ourselves a hot little date at 6 this evening.
And you're going to treat her to a nice romantic night in at the section house, are you?
Westbrook Hotel, mate. I'm an upmarket businessman.
You'd better get down to business proper. Because you're going to need proof that the agency is acting as a front for prostitution. Oh, and I think the condom machine's working again now, mate.
I reckon you're jealous.
Surely you knew Sonia had a sister who'd come to join her.
I didn't. Sonia didn't tell me anything.
You said you were going to marry her.
Because she wanted to stay in this country.
Well, she hasn't gone back to her house. We checked. And she's not going anywhere without a passport. What have you done with her?
Nothing. What are you accusing me of?
You had a fight. What if something's happened to her?
I haven't done anything.
Was Sonia working for sure, David?
All right, that's how I met her. And then we got to like each other, you know? But then I wanted her to stop working. Said I would marry her if she wanted to stay in this country. But she didn't want to stop. She enjoyed it too much. She did. She enjoyed it.
That's a good enough reason to kill someone. Plain, old-fashioned sexual jealousy.
I haven't done anything.
Why did Shore assault you, David?
Look, I'm not under arrest and I don't have to answer your questions. I'm not saying anything else.
Mr. Klein, I'm Natasha. I hear you ask personally for me. You have a friend that has already met with me? You take a room here, I presume?
Yep.
So, who is this friend who I please so well?
Natasha Ivanova.
Yes, I am Natasha.
D.I. Cullen, Sun Hill Police. I need to ask you a few questions about an assault that happened last Monday night. I see your visa expires in 2 weeks, Natasha.
So?
So you won't be thinking of going underground then?
What do you mean?
Like Sonia. Her visa's expired. She's working as a prostitute for John Shaw now.
I'm not prostitute. I'm escort.
So why did you ask if I had a room in the hotel then?
Sonia is missing. I worry. I think Fisher do something to her. I cannot get her on mobile phone. This not happened before.
Do you want to report her missing?
Something happened to her.
Okay, all in good time, Natasha. But we want to talk to you about an assault the night before last outside the Celsius nightclub.
I'm sorry.
About what?
I not know what they really want. Some men, they say they are friends of him.
Him?
Dale.
Or people you knew?
No. They come to sit with Sonia and I. They say it is Dale's birthday. They want to play joke for his birthday. Ask me if I will go with him outside for joke. They pay £20.
How many men?
4. But only 3 go outside. The other, he stay inside.
You didn't know what they were going to do?
No. When they hit Dale, I find some boys. They go to help.
And what did you do?
I go home.
You didn't go back into the club to see Sonia?
Sonia says she's going home when I go speak with Dale.
So didn't you phone her to tell her what happened?
I lose my phone. By the time I get home, she's not answering hers.
These men, do you know who they are?
No, we only met them that night.
And you can't tell us anything about them?
They say they're in the army.
Can you describe them?
What are you going to do to me?
Nothing, for now.
What about my sister?
All right, Natasha, if you could sign there for your property, please.
Then we'll have a quick word with Inspector Gilpin about your sister.
I'm sorry.
This way, please.
Are you bailing her? Releasing her, mate. You what? Seems she thought you were the victim of a practical joke.
Come again?
The blokes that done you over. They told her it was your birthday and that they wanted to play a joke.
So who is it?
I don't know. I mean, we got some vague description. Apparently some of them were in the army. Can you think of anyone that might have it in for you? And something I said?
I got a phone call.
Why you ask me about Shaw? What about my sister?
Natasha, your sister works for Shaw. So do you.
Look, you're not in any trouble, all right? We just want information you can give us about Shaw and the woman who runs your school, Sarah Evans.
What about Sonia?
It's all connected, Natasha.
See, Sonia could have gone to friends after fighting with Fisher.
She not have many friends, and she tell me if she go.
Yeah, but you said you'd lost your phone.
I have phone at house.
Okay. This address in Hackney, it's not the one the language school details. Does Sarah Evans give you false addresses in case immigration start making inquiries?
What has this to do with my sister?
Natasha, you help us, and we'll help you.
David Fisher do something to her. He's going to marry her if she stop escort work, but she changed her mind, not want to marry him. He's jealous, says he kill her.
Sir? I think I might have some information about my assault.
I thought I told you to stay away from that investigation.
Well, something came up.
And?
A few months back, I was dealing with a colour sergeant in the Queenswell Regiment of Fusiliers. It was a former colleague by the name of Tony Mitchell. Now, Mitchell was selling army guns to yardies. In his defence, he said that he was working undercover for me. Now, I made a statement to say that that wasn't true.
I don't see the connection.
Well, I've just found out that Mitchell tried to launch an appeal, which has failed, and he's now serving life in an army prison. The guys that attacked me were army or ex-army. They could be friends of Mitchell's out for revenge for him.
Right.
They could be from my old regiment. The timing's right. They've just come back from the tour of Kosovo.
Good. Well, you can tell the Colin he's got a lead then, can't you?
Yes, sir. Mind you, it only narrows it down to about 1,000 men.
Your sarcasm has been noted, Mr. Smith. Thank you.
Do you think your assault's down to the running you out of the old army, mate?
Well, you got any better theories?
Hey, Dale, isn't that?
Natasha? Look, I'll see you later.
See ya. He's a bit of a glutton for punishment, isn't he?
So why are you telling me this?
I want to make up with you.
You want to lead me into another trap?
No! I'm sorry for what happened. I'm not now.
So did you fancy me? Or were you just coming under me because of this practical joke?
No. I like you.
But this bloke you mentioned, Steve Roberts, he asked you out?
Yes, he gave me his number. He want to meet me again. But this is before I come to speak with you.
He's not one of the men that attacked me, though?
He stay inside when I take you out.
Then why didn't you tell Inspector Cullen that?
I don't want to be involved with the police.
But you've reported your sister missing.
Because I scared for her.
But what if Roberts can help you find your sister? You should have told the DI that.
Roberts have nothing to do with Sonia.
Well, what about this man you work for at the escort agency, John Shaw?
Should not do anything to Sonia. He like us.
OK. But if you don't want to get involved in police business, why are you telling me about Roberts? I'm a policeman.
You're a man, aren't you?
So?
It is a matter of honor to have revenge in Russia. Do men not want this in England too?
Alex, how long are you going to be on this Smith assault before you get down to some real work?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gov, but Mr. Chandler wants to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I bet he wouldn't be that interested if Smith wasn't involved.
Meaning?
Meaning he wants to get rid of those he dislikes.
Does he, Gov?
So have you got any leads?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Smith reckons it might be someone from his old regiment.
Oh, that's a lot of men. Be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Good luck.
Thanks, Gov.
I see one female found by a woman walking a dog. Diary found in her bag would indicate that she might be Sonia Ivanova.
Morning. Can I get a coffee, please, mate?
Steve work in that bar there. I say I've been before 12.
And this is the man that wanted you to go out again?
Yes.
But he's not involved in the assault?
No.
Why are you really helping me, Natasha?
I like you.
If it's because you want me to help you find your sister, I can't. Not unofficially.
I think you are a good man.
What are you going to do when your visa runs out?
Don't know. I want to stay here very much.
Why England?
Back in Kiev, Sonia and I have trouble with mafia. Our brother, he into drugs. He can't pay them. They want us to work off debts, you know.
Prostitution.
You know how it works. They kill him anyway. Sonia came here. I go to hide. Then I come to join her. But it's no different here.
How do you mean?
What men want you to do to get money?
Does the language school pass on girls to Shaw? To get him to work for him as prostitutes?
I escort, okay? Sonia too. Where has she gone? I have to stay here. Maybe you can help me.
How?
Are you married?
Maybe we should go and see Steve Roberts.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I forget. This is where we meet. I go across. You come in a few minutes.
Yes, mate? Remember me, dear?
No, should I?
Celsius Club, Monday night. It was my birthday. Some of your mates went to play a practical joke on me.
What is this?
I'm a copper.
Yeah. Nothing to do with me, mate. I wasn't involved.
But you know about it?
Yeah, I heard someone got attacked outside, yeah, put two and two together.
You were with them?
I was chatting her up, that's all. And I know they asked her to come on to you, but I didn't know why.
Right. So tell me their names.
Wait a minute. Are you off duty or on duty?
Why?
Because if you're off duty, making unofficial inquiries, I might just consider that you're threatening me and put in a formal complaint.
Let's go.
Well, that didn't get us very far, did it?
So now will you tell the inspector, convince him something happened to my sister? She won't run away before telling me.
I was right. That's what this is really about, isn't it?
The FME says it looks like murder. Skull crushed in with a blunt instrument, bruises on the neck and thighs. He reckons that she was killed somewhere else and rolled down the bank there.
So we get MIT then?
No, we wait. If it is Sonia Ivanova, it could be a domestic. D.I. Colin says she went missing after a row with her boyfriend, and she only lives a couple of streets away.
Still could be MIT. You try to score points from Mr. Chandler?
Fat chance. No, I'm just getting the lie of the land. OK, Cass, thanks.
Sir, if this is the sister of the girl who was involved in Smith's assault, it might be worth you knowing that the girl Natasha, she was waiting for Smithy last night after his shift.
Oh, thanks, Cass. That's useful to know. You were seeing with Natasha Ivanova last night?
Who by?
That doesn't matter. You were seeing with her. So what did she want?
To apologise for setting me up.
Anything else?
I think there was a hidden agenda, yeah.
Such as?
Well, that me being a copper, I might be able to speed up the efforts of finding her sister.
We found her.
Is it definitely Sonia?
We're waiting for Natasha to identify the body, but she answers a description. And she had ID on her. Was that all she said to you last night, that she was sorry?
Only that if anything did happen to Sonia, it'd be down to the boyfriend, Fisher.
What about Shaw?
She didn't think so. They're both on pretty good terms with him.
And you got on well with her last night?
Yeah, all right. Why?
Well, somebody's got to break the news to her, Smithy. And it's probably better coming from somebody she knows.
I'm gonna have to ask you to identify her. It'd be best if you come down to the station and help us with our inquiries.
What inquiries? Sonia is dead and Fisher is to blame.
It's just routine.
You want to trick me. You want me to talk about Sarah Evans and Shaw and this school. I know you do.
No one's trying to trick you, Natasha. This is about Sonia.
You used me.
No, I didn't.
What am I going to do now? How am I going to stay in this country?
The doctors told us you're fit to be released. We'd like to interview you at Sun Hill.
But I haven't done anything.
Well, you've already admitted that you fought with Sonia the night she disappeared.
Everybody fights.
The neighbours heard her screaming.
She left the house of her own accord.
Did you hit her?
All right, I hit her. I lost my temper. She was still alive the last time I saw her.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence.
But I haven't done anything!
If you do not mention when questioned, something you later rely on.
I haven't done anything.
Anything you say may be given in evidence.
I didn't kill Sonia.
You said you hit her.
Maybe once.
The post-mortem might show that she died from an earlier blow to the head.
No.
What did you hit her with?
What?
Well, you must have hit her with something.
My hand.
What were you arguing about, David?
Sonia went out too much at night. She didn't want to come home. She didn't want me.
You were jealous.
All right. But I didn't kill her.
Why did John Shaw attack you?
Sonia told him I'd threatened to blow his whole operation if she didn't stop working for him.
Sonia told Shaw? Now, did you know about that at the time of the argument?
Yeah. She told me.
Well, that must have made you very angry.
Look, it wasn't like that. We argued. She made a phone call and went out.
A call to who?
I don't know. It was on her mobile. Look, find her mobile. It'll be in that who she called and maybe we went to see.
Interview terminated 1904. Right, we're going to put this to bed now, David, while we make further inquiries. And check Sonia's mobile.
Fisher will change his tune once forensics come up with something.
I don't know. He's scared in that way that makes him look bad, even though he didn't do it. Now, this call he said that she made, could that have been to her sister?
Well, Natasha says she lost the mobile, and Sonia didn't call her at home. I reckon this call's a red herring.
I'm not sure. I've investigated enough murders to know that Fisher's clutching at straws. Anything that'll absolve him from murder. Smithy, so how did Natasha take it?
Not good. Listen, Gov, if there are any more inquiries with Natasha, can I be in on it? Only I'm getting to know her pretty well and she might open up to me. Maybe even tell me about Shaw's operation.
Sir?
I thought Nick Klein was working with you on this one.
That's before we were dealing with a murder, sir. Smithy could be right if he's building a rapport with Natasha.
How are you progressing with this, Sol?
Well, if his theory's right about it being an army vendetta, we're looking at interviewing a lot of men.
I want you to find the men who did this, Alex. Understand?
Sir?
You see, what I need you to understand, sweetie, is that this is my school, it is my livelihood, it is my life. You cannot stay. I don't know what word in that... What do you want?
No lessons today.
Classes start at 11.
So what's the argument about?
Put a uniform on if you want to start asking me questions.
I wanted to see how you were doing.
No, you do not. You're doing your police work.
Natasha. I'm off duty. How's it going?
After you finish with my sister, I have to bury her. I have no money. I want Evans or Shaw to help.
And they won't.
More than that. Shaw doesn't want me to work for him anymore, and Evans wants me to leave the school.
But you paid your fees, haven't you?
Shaw pays the fees after Evans has got girls to come to England. Because you're at school, you can work. So we work for Shaw to pay him back. And now I got nothing, and no one.
Maybe you can work for yourself.
Shaw make it safe for us. In 2 weeks, my visa expire. What I do then?
If you were to testify against Shaw and Evans, they'll extend your visa until you can appear in court. Maybe in the meantime you can work.
I'm not allowed to work if I'm not in school.
But people still do.
If I talk to police, will I have protection? Shaw threatened me.
We can put you in a safe house, yeah.
Maybe if courts know I help the police, they give me political asylum.
It's a possibility, but you've got to understand, I can't guarantee it.
Gov, initial results from the post-mortem indicate that Sonia was killed with a heavy blunt instrument, probably glassware. There were fragments in the skull.
I know.
If we find the weapon in Fisher's house, that clinches it for me.
No sign of a mobile phone?
Not with the body, no. I reckon Fisher's lying about the phone.
Well, we'll see.
Another thing, Sonia had unprotected sex before she was killed.
Oh, that's useful for forensics.
Yeah, useful for us too. The DNA matches Fisher's.
Gov, Mrs. Benson's just come home.
We talked to her?
Yeah, well, she seems to think that there might have been some kind of sexual assault.
Didn't suggest that to her?
Of course not. Margaret, this is Detective Chief Inspector Meadows and Detective Inspector Colin. Do you mind telling them what you just told me, please?
Well, when I called the police that night, they were having a terrible fight and I thought Sonia was in danger.
Well, you've done the right thing, Margaret.
Of course, she didn't want to press charges. But after the police had gone, they started fighting again.
It was different this time, sir.
Different?
It was her, just screaming no all the time. But it didn't sound as if he was hitting her like before.
So she could have been raped?
It's possible.
And then it went quiet.
Did you see Sonia leave the house after this?
No. I saw him go out in his car afterwards.
OK, Margaret, thanks very much. You've been very helpful.
Thank you, Margaret. Cheers.
Have you got anything?
Not anything conclusive, no.
David, if you had sex with Sonia, we'll know from the DNA testing, so why don't you just tell us?
All right, then. We had sex.
Willingly?
What?
Was Sonia willing?
Sure.
She'd just been beaten to a pulp and then she willingly had sex with you?
We were making up.
We have a witness who says Sonia was protesting, that she was shouting no.
All right then. It wasn't exactly willingly.
You raped her.
I was drunk. She was making me mad. But I didn't kill her.
You raped her, and then you killed her, and then you dumped her body by the rail line.
No!
David will find your DNA on her.
Of course you will. We had sex.
You raped her, you mean?
But I didn't kill her! She made a phone call later and went out.
Where did you go when you went out?
What do you mean?
You were seen driving away in a car.
I went to look for her. I was sorry for what I'd done. I wanted to tell her to come back.
You went to dump the body?
I went to look for her! She said she was going to leave me.
She was leaving you without a passport?
I took it.
You did what?
When she was going to leave me, I took it. That way, you see, I knew she would have to come back. Look, I'm sorry, I've done some bad things, but I didn't kill her.
Gov, has Fisher coughed for Sonia's murder yet?
No, not yet. He keeps insisting she made a phone call and went out. We'll have to wait for forensics before we got enough evidence to charge him.
Hey, Smithy. Natasha's asked if you can pick up some of Sonia's things from Fisher's place. Can you arrange to get the key and I'll take it there?
Sure. How's it going?
Well, she's given us enough to charge both Shaw and Evans. If she testifies.
Will she?
If she thinks it'll help her get asylum.
Which it won't.
Look, I've got a couple of phone calls to make, all right?
My sister is killed and maybe I get sent home to Russia if I don't get asylum. How can this be?
It's very unlikely you'll get political asylum.
Maybe I can find someone to marry me.
Maybe you should think about going underground.
I can't. I have to bury my sister.
Yeah, but after. They're going to extend your visa so that you can testify. And then you should think about disappearing.
Why you not punish Fisher for killing my sister?
We haven't got enough evidence as yet. Fisher's saying that Sonia made a phone call and then went out. Steve Roberts gave you his phone number at the club, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, did Sonia exchange phone numbers with anyone she was flirting with?
One of the men gave her his number. I think his name is Martin.
One of the men that attacked me?
Yes.
We're talking about murder here, Steve. And you're going to find yourself in serious trouble if you obstruct police inquiries. So make sure you tell the truth.
The blokes at the Celsius nightclub. They're friends of yours.
I didn't take part in no assault.
We know.
And they only wanted you because you stitched up a squaddy mate of theirs to save your own skin. Now he's got to prison for life. He'd been working undercover for you, but you denied it. It was payback time for what you did.
It wasn't like that. But right now, that don't matter. You know them, yeah?
Well, we're from Stratford. 2 still in the mob and 1's left, he's in security.
So what did you do after I was assaulted?
We'd already arranged to meet at another club, and when Natasha didn't come back in, I went straight there.
When you were at the other club, did one of your mates get a phone call at about 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, Martin did. It was Natasha's sister. He was well chuffed, he'd taken quite a shine to her.
So what did Martin do?
He left there and then. He said he was on a promise.
Martin who?
Bartlett.
Address?
Martin Bartlett, police.
Yeah. Remember me?
It's not just assault we want you for, it's murder as well. Nice one, Alex. quick result, minimal resources. Always a good feeling.
Thanks, Gov. I'm sure Mr. Chandler will be impressed.
Well, we need to impress Mr. Chandler, don't we?
Mind you, it was Smithy who got us the result.
Yeah, nice one, Smithy. How are you a pint?
Has Bartlett put his hands up?
Yeah, he didn't have much choice. We found all the evidence we needed in his mother's house. Is Natasha going to be there for the trial?
They probably would have phoned her out by then.
We're just about to pick up his mates for your assault. You want to come?
No, thanks, Gov. Kind of past caring.
It's got to be one dodgy regiment, your old firm. So far, we've had a gun runner, a rapist-cum-murderer on our patch. What else they good at?
There's 1,000 men in a regiment, Nick. You can't tie them all with the same brush. We get bent coppers too, you know.
Mr. Kennedy, what's happened now?
They've broken in. It's those kids again.
You can't be sure it was the same kids. You didn't see them last time.
Who else would it be? They're just getting at me for the fun of it. What's this country coming to? Why would anyone want to live here these days?
I don't know, Mr. Kennedy. Some people would do anything to live here.